So I just thought I'd come in and do like a 3-part kind of videos on my IGTV regarding how things when you're affected and you go through trauma, abuse, sexual stuff, violence, that sort of thing as a child, how um, a lot of people, not all, some people do manage to just obviously they're affected, but they're not affected to the extent of some people. So the what I want to go into first, before I go down the path of why different things that have happened to get me to where I am, because of where I had grew up with violence and sexual stuff and everything else when I was younger, when I was a kid. Um, so the effects that on it has an effect on everything. So if you think about it, someone who's been affected from a child will highly very much um, not see their own worth and not see what other people see, and kind of can't take appreciation very much, and if they do, it's just like with me, if someone gives me appreciation to do with my daughter, I just play it off and just say it's my job. um, and I really struggle with that. The next kind of thing that affects it is it affects your relationships with your family, your friends, even more so kind of now, um, and your it affects your relationships that you get into. This is why I kind of think that yes, I have been in some relationships that haven't been good or anything else, but I kind of feel that my upbringing and my childhood and everything else has played a big part on how I perceive things and how I kind of could have been in a relationship and everything else. Um, the third thing is that it affects every decision you make and how you take society, how you take social things, how you take. It's literally everything in that aspect of it. Is that you have to second guess yourself because your mind is telling you that. Say if someone's having banter, I can have banter with mates and everyone else, but the way someone says something or the way they come across, I have to question it now that they're not taking the piss because my mind just thinks they're taking the piss, and I'm not having that. When obviously now I've learned that that's not always, that's most of the time that's not the case. Um, and the kind of next part of that is that you, when you're affected as a child, the more you get, the more, unless you get taught this shit, which I didn't till I was an adult, is your emotions are very affected. How your emotions react to everything, and how your emotions are day to day, and how how you don't understand your emotions. And I kind of only really knew sadness and um, anger. And yes, I had some happy times, but it was very short lived. And the times that I thought I was happy, it was very much um, drug fueled, really. Um, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed being with my mates and different other stuff back then, but I was really self medicating to not deal with my PTSD. My friends didn't notice that I was having flashbacks and stuff and taking drugs and whatever on the weekend, or even more than that at one point. It got so bad that I didn't have to deal with it because I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. But in the long run, that's affected it even more. Um, and it's it's really, really hard for people what have been affected from a child to, one, kind of come to terms with trying to relearn everything and just everything. Really, you've got to kind of try and fucking muddle everything and second guess yourself and everything to make the right decisions in life. Because when I was a lot younger, I never made the right decisions. I went off my fucking first thought and it was always the wrong thing. It always got me in trouble, or I always like nearly fell out with people and they're like, that's not what I'm doing. And it's like, well, this is what my head's fucking telling me. Um, the the next thing is kind of like that what the problem is from being someone from affected as a child is that you feel that no one is on your understanding, on your level, and even if you do open up, you it was for me, I never really opened up very much. If I did, it was only fucking very like drug fueled or alcohol or therapist. um, and even then, there's still stuff that I have to do now because I couldn't. And part of that problem is that you you don't realize that people are out there who have been through the same, but also that many people, if you talk to them about that, they don't know what to say. And that's not their problem or my problem. That's purely because they haven't been there. They don't know what it feels like. They don't know what it is like to do that. Um, so what my advice would be to someone if they are wanting to help someone is there's a there's a few things that you can do. The first is go to the doctors with them if they have not sought help, because the doctors can refer them to a therapist and different medications and different stuff. While we're on medications, many people, I don't know why, seem to think that there's a medication for PTSD. There's a medication for your stress and your depression with your PTSD. There is no medication to stop flashbacks, nightmares, the feelings, the memories, none of that. None of that. That's why PTSD is quite hard. And the memories and everything are really hard. But yeah, going back. Yeah, go with them to the doctors to support them so that they can get help by people who have that kind of qualification. But second of all is do your own research to be able to be someone for them, and try and find mental health groups, people like, I don't know, I don't think people are so much like me. I don't give a fuck what people say or what they do about my life, because that's made me who I am now. That's made me a better father. That's made me. But yes, I still have problems with it, but it doesn't stop me from being the best father I can be to my eldest, and I do my best for my daughter in London, and I just try to make them happy. But going back, sorry, is that, yeah, do your research and learn a bit about it so that you can support them. but also you just have to, if someone's in a dark place or they're not very good, just suggest that you go for a walk, get them moving, get them thinking very differently, and just try and think of things that they enjoy or positives that they can cling on to and use that. So like mine is always the gym. If things go wrong or anything else, I cling to the gym. I'm there for a lot more time. But like that enjoyment, what they get from that. Sorry, my headphones have gone off for some reason. Is that will help them to feel kind of a bit more than say they're down here. That's, I hate saying normal, but like on a level, and they're down here. Even if they're up, that's still up. And if the doctor gives them something or helps them, that might take them to there or even up. And the other advice, what I would put with that, which is what I have started to implement and like as much as I can, is one of the biggest problems with mental health, PTSD and everything else is at night your head does not want to shut the fuck up. And many people smoke weed or do other stuff to battle that. But when you don't want to do these things, you want to be the best you can, you want to be looking at meditation, yoga, various things like that to do before you go to bed. And I take CBD to help. I'm on antidepressants and different stuff, and that's not, the doctors even told me that's not because I'm depressed all the time and whatever else. It's that when my PTSD gets bad with nightmares and stuff, I really struggle, and that's to go alongside it because there is no medication for the PTSD. But yeah, that's kind of the first part. I'm going to end it now before it gets to the time where it takes forever to upload. But I'm going to do part 2 and part 3 over the next couple of days. I'll probably get them recorded at some point today, just because it's all fresh in my mind. This is not written, this is straight off my head, exactly what I think and what I'm saying. So, hope it helps someone. I have been getting messages and saying that I'm helping, so this is why I'm putting out a 3-part thing to do with this. I may also put out other talks regarding other subjects, but that might come when I've had my qualification to do with my mental health as well, to go with my experience, because I'm putting that with my PT. But that's not to do with this video. But just stay safe. There's always someone there. If not, inbox me. I'm always a message away.